What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back for another season recap. Now that the 24-25 NBA regular season has concluded, we have several teams that did not make the play-in or the playoffs. And the team that I'm going to talk about today is one of those teams, the Brooklyn Nets. So, the team that was formerly based in New Jersey finished the season 26-56 for a win percentage of 31.7%. They did not have the best season, but I honestly thought they were going to finish in a worse position. Just noting how many injuries they had throughout the year, I'm surprised that they managed 26 wins, personally. But this team has a very bright future. They have a lot of draft picks in the coming years. Just in this draft alone, they have 4 first-round picks. So they have the 6th best lottery odds at 9% chance to win the number 1 overall pick. And then they also have Milwaukee's pick later in the first round. They have the Knicks pick later in the first round, and they have the Rockets pick later in the first round. So 4 first-round picks in a deep 2025 NBA draft class. It's a great thing to have if you're a rebuilding team. And their payroll is pretty wide open, honestly. So they have, Cam Johnson is under contract. They've been talking about possibly trading him. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. He's the oldest player on the roster next to D'Angelo Russell, but D'Angelo Russell is done, with his contract. So I'm not sure if he's going to return to the Nets. Probably not. But Cam Johnson, I think, could be traded. I think there's a possibility where he stays on the Nets. I'm not sure. That's one of the big questions that this team has going into next season. Cam Thomas is also a big question mark. He is going to be an unrestricted free agent now that he just had the last year of his rookie contract. So he's probably going to get paid a lot, but obviously as a restricted free agent, the Nets can match whatever offer sheet he signs with another team. So I would imagine he's going to be back in Brooklyn next season. He's hands down, in my opinion, their best player. Dude is just an absolute bucket. Tough shot taker, but a tough shot maker. And, I remember I went to go see the Wizards play against the Nets, I think like 2 years ago now. And Cam Thomas put up like 47 points. It was incredible. He had a span where he put up like 40 plus for 3 straight games. Dude is incredibly underrated, and he's going to have a bright future, whether it's in Brooklyn or somewhere else. But I think the Nets would be silly to not re-sign him or match whatever offer sheet he gets from whatever other team. So Day'Ron Sharpe also at the end of his rookie deal, I think he's probably going to get re-signed. But the players on his team, man, they're really young. Like Cam Johnson and D'Angelo Russell are 29, but besides that, there's no one else that's over the age of 26. So super young team. The fact that they managed 26 wins, to me, is impressive with just the state of their rebuild. They're going to get a very good player in this year's draft with their own pick. That's going to be probably somewhere in the top 10, right? I'm not sure how far they can slide down with having the 6th best odds. I think they can slide down to 10. I'm not sure. It's like 10 or 11. That's as far back as they can go. I think it's 10. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting offseason for them. Obviously, I think the trade pieces are going to be the big thing. Are they going to trade Nick Claxton? Are they going to trade Cam Johnson? Who knows? I do like their head coach, Jordi Fernandez. I think he's done a pretty good job. And I think having him, as you build up this culture that they want to build in Brooklyn, it's going to be just a great thing overall. So if I were a Nets fan, I would be satisfied with where my team is at. I think it can only go up from here. And frankly, you're not even that far down at the bottom, right? Like the Eastern Conference is pretty wide open, in my opinion. You have teams that are below 500 making the play-in. Really, Brooklyn just needs a good player. And, maybe not next year, but the year after that, I see them as being, definitely in the playoffs, right? If they can keep Cam Thomas, if they want to keep Cam Johnson, I think he's a very good player to have. I don't know if you need him, depending on who you bring in the draft. Like I said, they have 4 first-round picks this year. So you might think, okay, let's trade Cam Johnson. We're going to draft a bunch of new guys. One of them is probably going to pan out to be at least comparable to what Cam Johnson has done for us. And then Cam Thomas, like I've said before, this dude can be a 30-plus point per game scorer every night in the NBA. The shots that he takes and the shots that he makes are insane. So, he averaged 24 points per game this season, but only played 25 games. Was injured for most of the season. Cam Johnson only played 57 games. Nick Claxton played 70. He basically led the team in games in terms of that starting core group. But, there's a lot of ways this team can go. But having the draft capital they have, having the amount of cap space that they're going to have, going forward, it's going to be awesome. I mean, Cam Johnson and Nick Claxton aren't signed to big deals. They're not getting paid more than, 20 I want to say it's like 22 to 25 million a year. And I think Cam Johnson's contract is backloaded. So what I mean by that is they're paying the most money in the first years of his contract, and as the contract goes on, he's getting paid less and less every year, which allows you to sign more players or sign players to more expensive deals, essentially get better players or more expensive players, while you still have good players on your roster, right? It's a way to structure contracts based on when players are going to be free agents and things like that. So I think the Nets have done a good job of really kind of looking ahead and figuring out what exactly are we going to do in the future. And in the meantime, while they aren't the best team, they're not contending for anything right now, they've really taken the time to develop a culture, try and get players that want to buy in and stay there for the long haul, right? And they're a young team right now, so they're only going to get better from here. So if you guys are Nets fans, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm pretty excited to see what this team does going forward. It's going to be super cool to see who they pick in the draft. I think that's going to be a big piece to whatever they're planning to do in the future. And I think this team's going to be scary, man. The Nets, and the Knicks need to have a good rivalry again. Having a good team in Brooklyn and a good team in New York, it just makes the NBA so much more fun to watch, in my opinion. So it's going to be cool. If you're a Nets fan, I'd be excited. Get ready for the draft. It's going to be cool. A lot of good young players coming to Brooklyn. And Cam Thomas, a bucket. So that's all I got, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to check you later. Stay up, stay humble, stay blessed, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.